Oh, and that's Vauderville Smash with Clothes Off. Now, throughout the week, I heard this other song that they got. And, it was on Rockdown with Anita Monk from down there, or Monk, whatever you want to call her today, just not late for dinner. No, that's my dad joke. But, Vauderville Smash, they're down there in Melbourne as well, in Coburg in Victoria. And they formed in 2009. Now, I got the lead singer on the line right now, Mr. Marc. How are you?
I'm good, John. How you going, mate?
Oh, very well. Now, you're an Italiano, is that correct?
I'm an Italiano, you're right.
Yes. So, how do you say hello in Italian?
Ciao.
Oh, ciao. Yeah, how stupid of me. Do you know what?
That's an easy one.
I used to live up in Cairns, right? And so I was a cameraman up there, and I had to film all the Italian weddings up in Mariba, right? So every week up there, so every second, like, we'd go film one wedding, and then the next wedding, it'd be like the same family, right? Not the same family, but same people who know each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so every week you got to know. And do you know what? That was the first place I ever tried ravioli, and mate, it's my favourite dish in the world now.
Oh, ravioli's good. So, do you like the one with the spinach and the ricotta? Is that your go-to?
Yeah, but also the meat as well. I need the meat in there. It's got to have meat.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that one too.
Yeah, it's got to have the bolognese and the sauce. And now you got you're an amazing band, mate. I heard you, as I just said, from Anita Monk's show, and you're called Vauderville Smash, and you're an Australian funk disco pop band from Coburg in Victoria. You formed in 2009. Now, I've also done a bit of research. You've travelled to the Gold Coast and everything, but I've never heard of you until I heard the song the other day. Where have I been hiding?
I don't know. You've got to get out more, mate.
Oh, thanks to COVID.
We go to Queensland quite a bit. Yeah, we go to Queensland quite a bit and have been for a while. It's our second home.
Wow. So what places do you go visiting in Queensland mostly? Like, do you come to the Gold Coast and Brisbane and all that, or what's going on?
Yeah. We played in Brizzy a bunch of times. We've had some great shows at Lefty's Music Hall, the Zoo.
I know
Boundary.
The Zoo. Yeah.
And at the Gold Coast, we've just played Miami Marquetta. We played that a few times. And the Sunny Coast, we play quite often. There's this thing called the Full Moon Dance in Variadale, which is this killer little, I don't know, there's a hall in the middle of the trees, and it just goes nuts every full moon, and that's awesome.
Oh.
No, I love Queensland. The people there, honestly, more than any place in Australia, Queenslanders they just know how to let loose.
Yeah, and have
when
a
you're
party.
A band, they know how to party. There's no inhibition when it comes to dancing to a band, and that when you're coming somewhere, never having played to a group of people, and they can just go crazy. It's very nice. It's a very nice thing.
I don't know whether if you've ever heard of Z Star Delta, right? That's another band who I actually saw in Melbourne, right? And she's this chick from London or something, and I've done an interview with her, and she plays all the instruments like herself, so drums and guitar at the same time, right? And cool. when I did an interview with her back down in Brisbane after I went to her show in Melbourne. And she said to me, John, you have the best vibe. You're right out there getting right into the song and all this sort of stuff. And do you know what? Your music has the same sort of thing because I'm the boss of this radio station, right? And I was sitting in my backyard listening to Anita Monk and her show just to make sure she doesn't swear on radio or anything. She don't do that, by the way, but just making sure there's no dead air or anything, right? Well, let's go that way. Let's go that way, Mark. And and I heard your song and I rang her straight away and I said, Anita, who is that? I need them on my show. So welcome to the show, Vauderville Smash and Mark.
Well, thank you, Anita, for introducing us. That's lovely. I appreciate that.
Well, mate, your film clip that I saw with this, and I've got to get this word right, cucinated.
That's good, perfect.
Oh,
so is your grandmother Italian? I mean,
no, definitely not. But I love ravioli. And I used to say to my mum when I was angry, "No, I'm from an Italian family who live right on the water in Sydney." That's what I used to say. That's why I'm adopted. No, definitely not. Cucinated. Now I've been told. Anita told me this, and she doesn't do the same show as mine, right, Mark? So she told me that that's a rude word or something. There's a story behind this word.
There's a story behind the word. Now, cucinated is it's not an Italian word and it's not an English word. It's a made up word, made up by Italians who had been living in Australia a little too long, right? So the song The song tells about how the Italians moved to Australia after the war, and how slowly their Italian got bad, and they could never quite speak English, so they invented this hybrid language. And cucinated is one of those words that some of the kids of these families made up, right?
Right.
So cucina means the kitchen. Arted, you know, T-E-D, we chuck T-E-Ds at the end of words in English, right? Cucinated. So anyway, it means to get cooked. So it's just a funny way of saying that. So it's not quite.
So it means get wasted. Does it mean get wasted?
It means get wasted. Exactly.
Oh, like what I do after this show. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
And listen to your song.
Show, you're getting cucinated.
Oh, of course. And sitting in my spa and having a good time. Now,
I like the sound of that.
Now, in your YouTube video, you got your whole family involved.
I got the whole family. So there are three brothers, including myself, in the band. So my younger brothers played bass and drums. And
so you're typical Italians. You got to keep it in the family. Hey, the business.
You got to keep it in the family.
No, of course.
But then in the film clip, there's my mum and my sister as well. So there's a bit in it where we're all eating outside at the table, and my mum is the woman serving food, and my little sister is one of the women there eating the food. So yeah, keep it in the family.
Well, there you go.
Cheap labour.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, definitely cheap labour. That's for sure. Hey, yeah. Now, I watched another film clip. I don't think it was a Cucinato one. It was another one because I was doing a bit of research before the show, right? And have you got one of the Janoskians in your film clips?
Janoskians?
Do you know them? The little Italian fellas down in Melbourne, and they made it big and went over to LA and stuff, and they got a movie, Janoskians. They used to play pranks on people. I think they're Italian or something. I'm sure one of these fellas in your film clip looks like one of the Janoskians.
God, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if he is in there, you should have don't let him know. He'll probably claim money off you or something. Like,
what was the song?
I can't remember. I'll have to go back. I'll let you know after the show, but I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a soccer part where there's a young fella there with a blue soccer shirt on and all that. So that part, and he looks like it definitely looks like one of the brothers out of the Janoskians.
Okay, so, you probably said it might be our song called Zinedine Zidane. It's where they people run into the shop wearing like Zinedine Zidane.
That's it. Yep, that was it. Yep, that was it. Yeah.
Okay, mate, you might be thinking of my mate Angus Leslie, who plays in a band called Sex on Toast.
Well, you should tell him he looks like one of the Janoskians, and they're a bit older now, but he looked like definitely one of the Janoskians. I thought, maybe they're related. I don't know. So.
All right. Yeah, you've got to point out this person to me, unless you're thinking of me. It's not me in the clip, is it?
I don't know.
I'm wearing a blue shirt as well.
Okay, well, no, it's just a young fella. And if you know obviously I'm thinking you don't know who the Janoskians are.
No, definitely not the Janoskians.
Okay, well,
I'm going to look up these Janoskians.
Yeah, and then you'll see there's twin brothers there, right? And it looks like one of the twin brothers. There's two twin brothers. So it looks like one of the twin brothers.
Australian Kardashians? The Janoskians?
No, not at all. But they were pretty funny. You'll probably find them a good laugh when you see what they did. But they've all broken up there. They've all broken. They got older and realised, we can't do that sort of crap anymore. But it was pretty funny at the time. They used to play pranks on like Melbourne trams and stuff, and go just like cuckoo and things like that in the middle of the tram. Weird stuff that you Italian fellas do.
I'm going to check them out.
Out in the burbs. Yeah, probably, because I'm sure that was a fella in the show. Now you got shows coming up, right? And like both of them are sold out.
Both of them sold out. So
that's amazing.
It's great. It's great, and it's going to be packed. There's there'll probably be close to 1,000 people over a couple of nights, just going crazy.
And did you have a hard time during COVID-19, or you were right during that?
Well, we couldn't play.
Yeah,
we couldn't play. So in that sense, I didn't like it. But to be honest, just slowing down and taking a year off wasn't for me. It wasn't that bad. I didn't hate it.
Now, where do you get all your song influences from? Like, how do you write the songs? Do you write all the songs, or the other fellas obviously help you out? And
they help.
Or do you just do everything and they just sit there and
Yeah, well, you know, I'll pretend that that's
hard
not
life.
the case, just in case they're listening. No. I do most of the writing with and with my brother Dan, the drummer. So we'll come to the band with an idea or a song that's fairly fleshed out, and then we'll jam on it at rehearsal, and then that will slowly become the song. You know, but it changes by the time we've played it a few times at a live show, things have changed, and then it happens. But influences, we write about a bunch of different stuff. It's not all about love. Like, for example, Cucinata, we talk about the plight of the immigrant coming to Australia. There's a song called I Like Video Games, which is literally just because we like video games.
Yeah, so do I, mate. I'm a gamer since I was a kid, and I'm now 39. But I still play PlayStation and Xbox all the time, my brother. That's all I do.
I love. I'm a big Nintendo fan from way back.
Oh, wow! Yeah, right.
Yeah, but then we've got a song on the album called Nonna, which is sung in Italian. It's sung in Italian, and it's just about how my nonna makes us great food, and we're sort of asking her to cook us food. So it's just, and then of course there's like in all our songs there's a touch of nostalgia. So we, like Nonna, or the sound of it will be, something from the 70s or 80s.
Because I'm guessing from listening to a couple of your songs, and I've only heard a couple of them since Monday, by the way, when it was first played on this radio station. And now you're on rotation also, by the way, so it's on all the time throughout the night, and whenever it will pop up, it'll pop up, right? But
that'd be great.
Yeah, no, Vauderville Smash is the band, and so I'm guessing you got all your influences from your family, just like normal life, and that's why I think the music is so relatable to a lot of people, because it's just funny, mate. I'm not Italian, but my dad, he's half Aboriginal and half Aussie, right? Well, just Aboriginal, but he used to work in construction, and heaps of Italians work in construction, right? And so I grew up with those fellas as well, and they used to call them that other word, which I don't know whether you're allowed to say, but like Dago.
Wog?
No, Dago, Wog, Dago, Wog, and all that sort of stuff. And we can say it on my show. But but do you know what? They used to call my dad black fella and all this sort of stuff, and it was just good banter. And,
it was good. Yeah, it was good banter. That's exactly right, and that's the way we've been brought up. And we grew up where we went to school. We went to this Catholic school in Adelaide. Because I moved to Adelaide when I was like about 4 years old from Italy.
Wow.
And then went to one of these cheap Catholic schools.
Could you speak English?
I could speak both, because my mum, she's not Italian. It was only my dad.
Right, but when you were 4 years old coming over from Italy, you could speak English.
I could speak both.
Wow, you're lucky then, because a lot couldn't, could they?
Yeah, no, they couldn't. So I went to school already knowing how to speak English quite well. But we grew up. We went to this Catholic school where they just let, there were Vietnamese, there were Lebanese, there were, Doggers, which we call the English. There were, all just Italians, Greeks, and it was just like you said, it was just this banter, and it was just growing up in this multicultural pot. That was fantastic, and a lot of what we do is just trying to make our friends laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
A lot of the songs, we're sort of having a bit of fun and having a laugh. So
has anyone ever taken offence to what you have to say, or no?
Of course they have.
Oh,
Everyone
really?
takes offence,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like welcome to my show. You're on the perfect show then.
yeah. But you know what? Not too much. Because I don't think we're overtly offensive. Like sometimes people will maybe read into things wrongly, and we intentionally keep politics and everything out of our songs, because I just want everyone to have a good time when they listen to us. So, if people get offended, they've just taken us the wrong way, because there's no malice behind what we do.
No, of course not, Mark. And as I said, Vauderville Smash, and the group rose to international attention. Get this, after they collaborated with sports commentator Les Murray for a tribute song for the soccer player Zinedine Zidane, if I can say that right. The song was named Billboard. Now, that was an unofficial World Cup 2014 anthem. How cool is that?
Yeah, that was cool. That's a song going viral. That one just took off, and it was just really interesting to see how it just spread like wildfire. And even now, it continues to get played all the time. We get constant messages from every, like the other day, we got a message on our Apple, our Apple Music stats that said, your song has been Shazam 500 times in Kazakhstan. You know what I mean?
That's
so
cool,
sort of
as that's the
weird,
same
that
as our
wacky
radio
stuff.
station. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just yeah, exactly. So it's so fun to see what happens, because, you know, like soccer or football is the universal games, the world
Of course,
game.
no, mate. After this show, I'm going to be out there on Xbox playing FIFA, whatever it is. So
exactly, exactly.
With this radio show playing on repeat. So
yeah, that's it, mate. So that was pretty awesome, and getting to work with Les Murray just before he died as well. That's pretty special. That's pretty special. In fact, fun fact. His daughter just contacted us through Instagram only 2 days ago, and she just said how thankful she was that we were able to record her father like this, and just how he lives on in this song. And
that's cool,
man. It was lovely. Very
That's
lovely.
Cool. Hey, we're going to run late, so time to roll. But I love this song, Cucinated. If I said that, or have I said it wrong there?
You said it beautifully, mate. No, you said it beautifully.
Oh, no, Cucinated. And hey, when I fly down to Melbourne to hang out with Anita Monk, I need to come and have a ravioli dinner with you and your nonna, because I know the nonnas make the best friggin' food in Australia.
She does. I'll have to get her to mail it from Italy, though, because that's where she's at.
Oh, well, you're going to have to make it for me then.
I'll make it, mate. No, in fact, my mate manages a great Italian restaurant. I'll take you there.
Yeah, let's go there. Too easy.
Make sure you do, mate. I'd love to.
Oh, fantastic, mate. I'm loving this song. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it, Mark.
Legend, mate. Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you, mate. So that's Mark from Vauderville Smash, and this is their song, Cucinated. That's it for me today. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'm loving this song. Cheers, everybody. Bye.
In a one-night stand, a beer in the hand with a few of the lads, cucinated. A couple of fools breaking into a pool, forgetting all the rules with a bag of goon, cucinated. A couple of fiends with a washed-out queen on the silver screen like a Jimmy Dean, cucinated.
Cucinated.
A couple of girls on top of the world with a pocket of pearls they'll never tell, cucinated.
Excuse me, what does it even mean?
In 1952, in post-war Adelaide, the boats arrived, so the organized crime and the billion bricks were laid. They got a Catholic education, some joined a cover band, fettuccine for brunch and a 5-course lunch while the daggers ate from cans. You see, they'd sit around the table. These people like to mange. They did not speak good English, and their mother tongue started to change. They took a simple word like kitchen, then added TED.
Still don't get it.
House participle, not into a verb. For all to see. Come on. When you find the ceiling on the floor, cucinated. When you find you're reeling at the door, cucinated. Everybody shouting out for more, cucinated. When you start to feel it on the dance floor, yeah. When you find the ceiling on the floor, you're cucinated. When you find you're reeling at the door, cucinated. Everybody shouting out for more, cucinated. When you start to feel it on the dance floor, yeah. Give me a couple of trends and a one-night stand, a gig in Japan with a Marty LeBrand, cucinated. A couple of Greeks hanging out with the freaks and amongst the geeks on Highland Street, cucinated.
So wait, is this like a real word?
Now the times they were a-changin' in Bonetone Adelaide. They drank homemade wine with a Vegemite and brand new words were made. Instead of smash, you got smash shuttle. Instead of teacher, you got teachy. And in summertime, when the weather fine, they went to Maslin's Beachy. Miles Barnes and the Adelaide Crows, the capital of murder. We gave you chicken salt and the powder boat. We invented See Ya Fella. And that's this here very day. We carry on what they started. So let's spread the word all around the world and all get cucinated. When you find the ceiling